Hey guys, it's Shakira. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to the first collaboration on this channel with another YouTuber. We're going to be talking to Ashera Star Goddess of Ashera Star Goddess here on YouTube, and I reached out to her because you guys, I talked to you about, using the law of attraction, spirituality, mind power, and so on and so forth to change your life, but also in order to get healthy, especially if you came to me via your journey to healing from Candida, BV, and yeast chronic infections. And so we're gonna call her so we can chat.
Okay, so I am Ashera Star Goddess. I have a channel on YouTube, and I mainly teach like metaphysics, alchemy, healing, methods of manifesting, magic, and things like that. I also talk about, how to apply these things to real life situations. And I kind of break it down so that, the average person can get an understanding on how to do certain things that they might not have, really understood before, listening to other people or reading books that just could not put everything together. So I kind of break it down in a fashion where it's very easy to understand.
So basically, you guys, the reason why I reached out to Ashera Star Goddess is because of what I teach on my channel. I try to give you all a mix of things, but she goes into depth about healing methods, and I tell you all about that when we're talking about healing from Candida, right? Because a lot of you found me because of your journey trying to heal from Candida. In my program, I also tell you guys that you have to get your mindset right if you want to heal. You're not going to be able to heal your body completely if your mind isn't in the game, and if you really don't believe that you can heal, or that you feel like, okay, this is how it's gonna be for the rest of my life. And so I would love for you to talk about how to use your mind to heal, and how to use your mind to visualize what it is that they want. A lot of these women, and I'm included in this group because I dealt with this for so many years, they are hopeless, and they're helpless, and they're frustrated, and their self-esteem is in the toilet, and so they really don't know what else to do. So if you could expand on that, I think that they would really find some value in that for sure.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure you've already told them that if they're living out of balance, full of stress and things like that, that lowers your immune system, which causes many of the illnesses and conditions that, a lot of women suffer with. So, first of all, that needs to be addressed. And after that is addressed and you're in a state of well-being, then you can start working on healing. You can heal at the same time as you're trying to get stress-free and, get your immune system back healthy. You can practice this, during, after, and as a daily thing. But what you have to do is basically, it's kind of like mental programming of your cells in your body. Okay, so for example, you would have to use a visualization technique, which would include like closing your eyes, visualizing, imagining your cells that are inside of your body, the cells in a particular area of your body. And you're going to program the space around the cells, the dark space, the dark energy. That dark space and that dark energy and that dark matter can be programmed by your consciousness, because it is not empty space. There's something there, but you just can't see it.
Mm-hmm.
But it does respond to energy and frequency.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you get your frequency to a part, you get your frequency to healing. You get your frequency to feeling better and get your frequency to healing these cells. So you would program that dark energy around the cells to heal those cells, to heal the cells, okay? And then maybe the next couple of days you do the same visualization technique with using that dark space and that dark energy to heal those cells. And then once you begin to heal, and you're going to start seeing results right away. In my practice that I do, I see results right away from a lot of pain issues and a lot of other type of issues. Mm-hmm. But in this case, this stuff will take a little bit longer because it is a process. Mm-hmm. So after you start a little bit of healing, then you'll start programming the dark energy to only produce healthy cells, and then you will start programming your cells to only produce healthy bacteria. Mm-hmm. Okay, and balance. You'll try to balance your pH out. You will program your cells and your dark energy around your cells to only produce a balanced pH from that point on. It's kind of like doing surgery. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like programming or downloading an app almost. Like you're going to download an app to your body, which is going to program your body to only do certain things from this point on. So you kind of think of it like you're programming a computer or downloading some software or an upgrade, or you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. And you have to believe that it's working. Otherwise, it's not going to work, because all is mind.
All is mind. Can you say that again? I think you broke up a little bit.
I said all is mind. Like, all is mental. Mm-hmm. So when you're doing this technique, you're going to also subliminally program your mind to make better choices in diet, lifestyle, and things like that. For example, a lot of things that break down our immune system, we don't even realize, a lot of the extra things that we put on our body will break down our immune system and we won't even know it. Like, a lot of women use relaxers on their hair color, certain type of nail polishes. They eat certain things they're spraying on their body, breaks down their immune system little by little, and they don't realize it until,
something happens.
They can't heal,
Right.
So when you're in the healing process, watch out for those types of things, and just be very conscious of what you're putting into your body and onto your body as well.
Right. Yeah, so the dark matter, just for anybody that doesn't know, right? So first of all, she has a whole playlist on dark matter so that you can explain it. And the way that I understand it and the way that I use it is by going into the darkness and imagining the universe, as you said many times in your videos, imagine the universe. As you close your eyes, imagine the universe and imagine you being a part of that universe. Okay? And go ahead.
Yeah, that's my method in effect, but when you're healing, you have to go into your inner first, mm-hmm. Your body. Body becomes the universe at that point.
Right.
Get a visual of it before you go into your visualization. Okay?
That's a good idea.
It can be a cartoon version, a drawing version, a real version. It just as long as you can visualize it, it's good.
That's a good idea. That's a very good idea. I hear that a lot too. Or visualization is really difficult, and to add to that, the only way you get better at visualizing is just to practice, because I remember when I first started, it was hard for me also. But the more you try it, the better you become. And there also, I would use some tools on YouTube like visualization videos to help, fine tune that, because lots of people, especially adults, they don't imagine things anymore. They don't daydream. They don't use their mind power to see things without seeing them. And when we're talking about healing, from whatever, you have to see yourself, you know, happy, well, healthy before you can actually get it, you know.
Right. I was going to say, that's right. You know, visualizing yourself after you have healed, planning on the things that you're going to do that you haven't been able to done, you know, before. You know, what are you wearing? Things like that is going to also help your healing, you know, speed up as well, because you're already preparing for it and you're in the vibration of being healed.
Right.
You're not in the vibration, I wish I was healed, or I want to be healed, or I'm healing. You're in the vibration of I am healed. When you start visual what you're going to do after you're healed, and that vibration is what is going to heal you the fastest. Because now you're on that frequency, and the universe has to match it. That's just, you know, universal law. It has to match that vibration.
Yes.
Or else, you know,
you're not gonna get it.
It's not. It will. Let's just say that it has to match that vibration at some point.
Right. So what are your thoughts on, you know, relationships and, you know, that energetic space that you have to have if you want a certain way of life, if you want to live a certain way, if you want to feel a certain way? For example, when I was dealing with my issues, I was in a bad space, you know, but I feel like a lot of women want to hold on to things that are not serving them any good for whatever reason, and their health is suffering because of it. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, it's all mind. Like I said, it's all mental. Like, someone could stay in a bad relationship and still heal. You know why? Because they can just, okay, this is a little bit harsh, but they can just stop caring about that person. They can just take emotion out of it. They can basically just say, okay, well, I'm going to be in this relationship for A, B, C, and D, you know, and I'm no longer emotionally concerned about you, okay? When women are emotionally drained, emotionally, you know, abused and things like that, their body responds to that. But as soon as they stop caring and start focusing on themselves and caring more about themselves, and, you know, just letting that person be what they are, and stop trying to change and wish and have all these different expectations, they're able to let that go. But the relationship still could remain, you know, but they're not invested in it emotionally anymore, you see?
Yeah.
So if they're in a situation where they can't leave because of, you know, kids, you know, finance or whatever, and they just can't get out.
Yeah.
They can get out
mentally.
You can leave emotion. Yes. And I find, like, typically when a woman is in a bad relationship with a man and she's too emotionally invested, her body will take a toll. Her immune system will go down because she's not happy. You know, she doesn't have those extra chemicals that are produced by the brain that, you know, boost your immune system when you're happy and laughing and smiling and feeling good, you know?
Yeah.
Instead, you know, it's breaking down her immune system because she's upset and she's vibrating in a low vibration. So I suggest to those women who can't get out of those situations to get out of them emotionally, find something else that you put your energy into, maybe like a business or a hobby or your children or yourself, you know. Put a lot of energy into yourself and rebuild yourself and, you know, emotionally detach from the person who is causing you these issues. You know, people are going to be who they are. They're going to do what they want to do. You can't change people. They have to change themselves. And also, when you expect something from a person, chances are you're always going to be disappointed. So never expect anything from a person, because if they don't deliver, then your happiness and your well-being depends on that.
Right.
It depends on another person. Your happiness should never depend on another person. It should always depend on yourself for your own joy. If you expect someone to do something and they don't do it, you can't be upset at them because you are the one that expected it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what you start saying, okay, well, if they don't do this, then they just don't do it. Let me figure out another way. You know what I'm saying? And if it comes to a point where this person is dragging you down and you're not able to thrive, even if you have emotionally detached. After you have emotionally detached, then you need to start planning how to leave that situation better than you walked into it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I usually when I'll get emails from women that are dealing with these issues, and I'll ask, what type of living situation do you have? What type of stress do you have going on? And a lot of times it's some type of relationship, and usually my first thought is just leave. But I know that that's not necessarily feasible for everybody. Sometimes, like you just said, you're there for the kids, you're there for, you're financially depending on that person. So thank you for that, for that explanation, because it is not always possible to just up and leave. That's what I did, but I also am a little bit extreme in everything that I do. And I just was like, you know what, when I'm done, I'm done. And, just the health and healing, happiness, manifesting, all of that just started to become, that much more powerful. And so yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So what if you want to share the things that you've used, your manifesting techniques and to heal yourself, what were your techniques? And then also, did you change your diet? Did you add certain things, take things out? What was your protocol?
Okay, well, I didn't have any issues, like any female issues, but I did have, well, I'll get into that, a long time ago, I had a lot of pain in my lower back, and I had a pain in my head. I thought I was going to have that surgery.
Mm-hmm.
I looked up, the symptoms of what I had, and it was kind of like some type of nerve that was, overactive, and there's no way to stop the pain except for, there was two recommendations: surgery, or what do they call it, injections,
Mm-hmm.
or meditation. So I'm like, okay, let me try this meditation. They actually said that online, meditation. I was like, okay.
Cool.
They cut out caffeine because that helps, I cut out caffeine for a while,
Mm-hmm.
because that seemed to trigger. Not chewing gum, because that triggered it. Chewing gum, eating cold things, and caffeine would trigger it. So I had to cut all that out. But I do it now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm healed. So but during the process, I would lay on my pillow, close my eyes, and imagine this nerve in my brain, pulsating, right? And I would close my eyes and go into the dark energy space in between those cells of the nerve,
Mm-hmm.
and I would pull the cells or the nerve to go back to normal, to heal, to stop overacting, to stop causing pain. No more pain comes from this nerve. No more pain comes from this nerve at all. This nerve does not produce pain
Okay.
anymore. I'll get this mental brain surgery on myself. And we go back to the ancient African traditions.
Mm-hmm.
They used to do that. If you go and look back in ancient texts, they'll show ancient Africans and ancient Egyptians doing surgery, and they wouldn't even cut you. They would just stick their hand right into you, and then,
Mm-hmm.
it's like some real simple magical voodoo stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
their method of healing is more mental. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I basically just did visual brain surgery in dark energy meditation. And it took 2 times, and then I was healed. It never came back. It never came back. And I was suffering from it for like months.
Yeah. Wow.
And it only took me about 2 or 3 days to totally get rid of it. And then I could drink coffee again, drink cold drink, all of that. It just left.
That's amazing.
Really, really, really into my dark energy and dark matter information. So I knew it to be truth.
Yeah.
So the whole thing is you have to believe it.
Yes. Yeah.